Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Popcorn Problems. My name is Elon Pressman, and I'm here with my very good friend and fellow co host.
Nicholas Pasco. Every week, we'll make sure you're caught up with the biggest news and movies in Hollywood.
This week, we'll be reviewing Shelby Oaks, one of last weekend's biggest new releases. But before we get to that, what's poppin'? Where we run through the biggest movie stories of the week. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Halloween week episode of Popcorn Problems. From the time of recording, Halloween is what, like 4 days away? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Um, I'm really excited. Do you have any Halloween plans, Nick?
I'm just gonna go to my school's Halloween party, dress up as Lewis from Meet the Robinsons. That's pretty much it.
Awesome, nice.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be dressing up as Ghostface and
Nice.
going to some party probably. I'm pretty excited.
Chill, bro.
Yeah,
Let's chill.
yeah. Um, all right, so let's get into the box office. Number one this week is. Do you want to take a guess, actually, Nick? What number one is?
I'm trying to remember everything that came out this week. I'm gonna guess Springsteen.
No. Okay, so Chainsaw Man, the movie, raised a
Oh
hard.
shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm very nice. Cool, 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 cool. All right.
yeah. It opened to $17.25 million domestically, $108 million globally, on a budget of only $4.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was projected to make $10 million domestically, and it surpassed that by like 7.25 million, which is
Nice.
really good. And most, not most, but almost half of the entire gross of the domestic box office was from premium formats. 43%, with 19% being IMAX, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Um, yeah, number two is the Black Phone 2. In its second week, it made $13 million domestically, which is a 52% drop, which isn't too bad. It's at $80.4 million globally, almost at $100 million, and I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a Black Phone 3 because this is doing pretty successful for the $30 million budget.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the only franchises that Blumhouse actually has, other than the defunct Megan at this point. And I don't remember anything
They
else
have
that they
Five
have.
Nights at Freddy's. They have Five
Oh
Nights at
yeah, and Five Nights at
Freddy's.
Freddy's.
They claimed The Conjuring is over, so that's not gonna be anymore.
That's Blumhouse though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
They also. Oh no, my bad. I was confusing the Friday the 13th series that A24 is making with Blumhouse. I thought they were
Mm,
gonna do that or something like that, but maybe not.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's number two, and then at number three we have "Regretting You," which is the Colleen Hoover book, the book adaptation. It opened to $12.85 million domestically, 22.85 million globally, on the $30 million budget. Other things to note on the box office this week is number four was the Springsteen movie "Delivery from Nowhere." It opened to 9.1 million domestically and 16.1 global. I literally
That's
on the day of
atrocious.
filming, yeah, on the day of filming this, I went to go watch this movie, and I was really bored, so I
Yeah,
left. I,
same.
I
I
really wasn't vibing with it.
Oh, you didn't even finish it?
No, I texted you. I was like, "This shit's buns. I'm leaving the theater."
Oh, I thought you just texted me when you left, like when the movie was over. That's crazy because I didn't finish it either.
Really?
Like, okay. So I explained. Okay, so the only reason I went to watch it, I wasn't gonna watch the Springsteen movie. I explained this to you earlier. I should probably whatever. I wasn't gonna watch the Springsteen movie. The only reason I did was because I was super late to another movie that I saw, and I was like, fuck it. Okay, whatever. I'll just watch something else. In the meantime, because I had another movie planned to watch afterwards. So I was like, okay, so what like could fit in my schedule, I guess. And the Springsteen movie was the only one that was there. So I was like, okay, I'll watch this, whatever. Maybe have something to talk about on the pod. The most boring shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't care. I don't care about none of these people. None of these people are going through anything. None of these people have anything interesting going on. It's all
Yeah, I
boring.
mean, it
It's
was
nothing.
a literal. I was 40 minutes and I was like, I'm not doing this for another hour and a half. I'm leaving.
Bro, it
And
was a
yeah,
nothing
I get
burger.
it.
I
Yeah, it was.
like
It
I
was
said,
100%.
I remember I checked my phone maybe like like 45 minutes into the movie, I checked my phone, and it was like, okay, it's 8 p.m. or some shit. I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever, I'll keep track. And then I was like, oh my god, it's been so long. I checked my phone again. It was 8:15, bro. I was like, oh my fucking god, I can't, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I can't believe these
So
movies
you
keep being
didn't
made.
finish it? Why didn't you like? Why
Oh
didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. So I didn't finish it because I had to watch the other movie. I left like I think maybe 10 or 20 minutes before it ended.
Okay.
But I was also like, I don't care what happens. Like whatever happens is not gonna matter. It's also because like I know Bruce Springsteen is a pop star. You know, he's a superstar or whatever. Or at least he used to be, or kind of well, somewhat still is. So it's just like it doesn't matter anymore. Whatever happens, he's gonna be successful and he'll be fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, so that was the. Also, I wanted to mention that movie had a $55 million budget, so it only
That's
opened 16.
crazy. Wait, it opened,
Yeah,
and you said it opened on a 9?
domestically 9.1 million, and then globally 16.1.
Okay. Oof,
Yeah,
yikes, 55. Whatever,
yeah.
man. Who cares
What else is
anymore?
interesting here? Tron Ares is in week three. It only made 4.9 million domestically. Globally, it's at 123 million with almost the $200 million budget. So that's definitely not making a profit. What
Yeah.
else? Shelby Oaks, the movie we're gonna be reviewing today, opened at seventh, at two with $2.35 million domestically on a $2.8 million budget, which is really cool. Also,
Yeah, that's nice.
it was Kickstarter funded, so that's really sick. And
Oh,
then
sick.
the last thing to mention is One Battle After Another is still making money, um, and it is globally at a total of $179.9 million. So pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, so overall, this weekend totaled to 74.5 million domestically. It's up 9.8% from last week, but down 20.7% from this weekend last year. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure that was the weekend that FNAF dropped. No, sorry, that
Mm.
was 2 years ago. So I don't know what dropped last year this time. I don't know. But we're 20.7% down from that this time last year. So that's pretty much everything regarding the box office. I have a few stories to talk about. The first one is kind of a continuation of something that we were talking about last time about Warner Bros. Being sold. There has been a second bid made by Paramount slash Skydance, which was for $24 a share, which was also rejected. And then since then, Netflix has expressed interest in the studio and Comcast as well. Right now, the board at Warner Bros. Are currently weighing three paths of how they're going to proceed. Path number one is they're going to proceed with a mid 2026 split of the company, which we talked about last time. The second one is to sell the whole company, or the third one is to do separate deals for the studio and then for the Discovery, like global TV part of the company. I don't know. I think this is just so bad. We talked about how this last time,
Mm-hmm.
how bad it is. Just that all these massive conglomerate companies are trying to buy this conglomerate company, and it's just gonna make for like a mega conglomerate. It's like next we're gonna hear that Disney's gonna be interested in buying, and then that's the end of it.
I wouldn't be. I honestly am surprised that I haven't heard that yet. You know what I mean? I feel like if you ask me, I feel like the best course of action is to like sell separate properties. Because they
Mm-hmm.
definitely have things that people don't well, not that people don't give a fuck about because they're not gonna buy it if they don't give a fuck, but more like just like things that they can sell off. You know what I mean? Things that can be profitable and that they can sell off while also maintaining their sole brand. You know what? Just make me CEO of Warner Brothers. I actually know how to operate a business, a
Yeah, for
multi-billion-dollar
sure,
business,
for sure.
fully.
I agree.
But yeah, no, like it's tragic. You know, it's tragic. I feel sad for the state of movie industries, like movie companies by them as themselves. I feel bad
Mm-hmm.
for them, which is weird
Yeah.
to say. Why I feel bad for a corporation, but um, it just it's just sad to think of like these things as how they were in the past, being like like genuine. This is kind of corny to say, but like dream makers, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these.
It, Yeah, for sure. Eventually, we'll just have one big master studio that just
Exactly.
filters all the content. Just that's
Exactly.
eventually where we're heading.
It's sad.
Um, yeah, it kind of is. Speaking of
Yeah.
Netflix, by the way, it was just announced this week that Stranger Things, the finale, the series finale,
Hmm.
is gonna be screening in theaters for the first time, day and date with Netflix on New Year's Eve and day. And it's gonna be the first wide theatrical release for a TV episode ever, which is really cool. Um, I think it's really funny though because like a week ago, one of the heads at Netflix said that the Duffers, which are the brothers behind Stranger Things, had originally asked for a theatrical release for the finale, and that response was like a harsh no.
Hmm.
But clearly they've changed their minds, and so the 2 hour finale um, is going to be streaming in not streaming, it's me playing in theaters. I'm excited for the finale to Stranger Things. I just think the rollout is just so stupid. They have the first what is it, 4 episodes I think on Thanksgiving, and then 3 episode or like 2 or 3 episodes on Christmas, and then that final episode on New Year's Eve. And I don't know, like if your family's not into to Stranger Things, like I guess you're cooked. Like you're gonna get it spoiled for you pretty much, or pretty much fuck your family and just enjoy Stranger Things this holiday season. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's I actually spoke. I don't personally really care about Stranger Things like that. Um, it's a fine show, but I spoke to a coworker of mine who was like genuinely excited to like put her family on New Year's to Stranger Things, or just watch the whole thing with her family, and I'm like it's New Year's. Don't you want to do something else? Like or even Christmas or Thanksgiving. Like don't y'all want to like
Yeah,
there's
I can't
way
imagine
better
those
things
are.
to watch at
Yeah,
this point for other than Stranger Things the finale.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked Stranger Things Summer when they dropped the fourth season, so maybe it should have dropped. I guess if they couldn't meet it, this
Hmm.
summer, they could have saved it for summer 26. But it is what it is. This is where we
Also,
are, and I'm excited.
yeah, also like it not being released like it's not week by week. Like they have like spaces in between weeks just so that they can make the schedule. Is that am I correct in assuming that or am I wrong?
Yeah. So, like I said, I the first batch of episodes is on Thanksgiving, which is November 26th. So,
Oh, okay,
about
yeah.
a month. We're about a month out from that, and
Hmm.
then a month later on Christmas. So, I don't know if it's Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. It might be the 24th. I don't know. One of
Yeah.
those is like 2 episodes, 2 or 3, and then a week later on New Year's Eve is gonna be the final finale, which is gonna be 2 hours long and playing in theaters simultaneously.
Way to kill the hype, Netflix. Like genuinely, whatever excitement, like people are. It's gonna be like when the fucking hiatus happened for Invincible, where people are just gonna be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's out now."
Well, this is just what Netflix does now, I guess, with their series. All their big series, they have the parts, and it actually started with Stranger Things season 4 back in 2022.
No.
It was the first Netflix show that did the. We had it was a 9 episode season, so I think we got like I want to say 7 episodes origin in like May of that year,
Hmm.
and then we had to wait until like early July till we got the final two, which were both like 2 hours long. Um, and I remember everyone still being pretty hyped. So I wouldn't say it's gonna kill the hype, but it's just gonna be annoying and definitely I think if they wanted to stretch it out, they should have done a weekly drop. And I know
Yeah,
that's like not what Netflix does, but that's what they should have done.
I don't know. I are you gonna be watching in theaters?
Um, so I want to. I'd like to. Definitely not on the eve. It would be on like the New Year's Day, but I have to see what I'm doing. Um, it would be cool. It would definitely be cool to see it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
Sure.
Like especially if we're like surrounded by fans. I mean, that would be a cool experience. I can only.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if I have nothing else going on, I might watch it. I think I might actually now that I'm remembering, because I did like the first season a lot. It's just the seasons after that I didn't really care for. So kind of like seeing that conclusion to the first season, basically, it would be neat. But yeah, I don't know. I just think Stranger Things at this point is low key a dead franchise, and I just want the Duffer Brothers to continue to make something else.
Yeah, I think whatever they're gonna make next is gonna be really cool.
I
I'm
hope so.
really excited. Yeah,
They want to keep making TV shows, so
yeah. So that's it with that story. And then the final thing I wanted to mention is there was Adam Driver who played Kylo Ren,
Mm.
Ben Solo, in the sequel trilogy. Um, recently revealed that there was a sequel script that he was developing with Steven Soderbergh, which was going to be The Hunt for Ben Solo, and Disney rejected it over continuity because they wouldn't accept that he survived the ending of the last one, which is crazy because in that same movie they brought back Palpatine by saying somehow Palpatine returned. So I didn't know that they magically started caring about continuity. David Fincher also pitched a film about a sequel trilogy character, not specified which one,
Yeah.
but he walked away because he wanted final cut. They wouldn't give it to him.
Hmm.
Um, I honestly, oh, one last piece of the story is that the day after the story broke, there was a plane that went over Disney headquarters with a banner that said "Save the hunt for Ben Solo." Like a
Oh,
fan was doing a protest, I guess.
cool.
Um, Kylo Ren is the only character from the sequel trilogy that is worth any moment of your time. I think he's the only character that should be brought back in the future from those movies, and the fact that there was a script written, Adam Driver is clearly very involved in it. Steven Soderbergh is a respected director. Um, I don't know. I think it's really a shame that this got canned. Maybe with I've seen a lot of people online like really being hyped for this idea,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe they'll reconsider. Um, honestly, I don't know. Like Star Wars is in such a weird place right now. I've discussed how I felt about that Mando trailer. I'm just I just want to see Star Wars thriving again, and I think this is definitely a way to get there. And so maybe they'll give this another shot at some point.
You said Ben Solo is the only interesting character that you hope they bring back. No, you're gonna get Ray. You're gonna keep getting Ray, and you're not gonna stop
Yeah, we're
getting
gonna
Ray
get
until
Ray. There's a whole new
the new
trilogy about
trilogy.
Ray.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
you're gonna like it, and you're gonna sit down, and you're gonna let Disney jangle the sparkly
yeah.
lightsaber keys in front of your face while Ray
Eventually,
fights.
Baby Yoda. Ray's gonna train Baby Yoda.
Yeah, yeah,
Ray's gonna
yeah.
train Grogu, and Mando's gonna team
And
up, and it's gonna
Mando,
be
and they're
yeah.
gonna fight against Palpatine again. That's they're
Yeah,
gonna
because
somehow Palpatine
somehow
is
he
gonna return
returned.
again one more time.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what's
And
gonna
then
happen.
Force Ghost like Luke Skywalker and Force Ghost Anakin Skywalker, Force Ghost
Yes.
Obi Wan. All of
Yeah.
them are gonna be there, and
Hmm.
it's just gonna be a hoot. It's gonna be truly a hoot.
And then it's all gonna be
Um,
revealed to be Jar Jar Binks' master plan. That's what it is.
exactly. Jar.
Darth Jar Jar,
Okay,
exactly.
it, I think that's how you know that Disney's truly on their last straw with Star Wars is when they actually pull a Darth Jar Jar situation. Because I know
I would.
they've done it in the Lego cartoons or whatever, like some of the
Yeah,
specials on Disney Plus. And
yeah, yeah.
so obviously they're aware of it, and so if they ever somehow bring that into live action, that'll just be like how you know that they've lost all hope in the franchise.
I don't believe Disney has it in them to make something as weird or uh, e- yeah, I don't think they have it in them to make something as weird as Darth Jar Jar. I as much as I would honestly, the day that Darth Jar Jar appears on screen, I'm watching that movie day one. Like
Oh my
you think
god,
that's a bad thing?
absolutely.
You think that's a bad thing? And I low key agree that like just recycling the same characters over and over again would is bad, but also I feel like that would actually be an interesting development to the lore, to the canonized lore at least of Star Wars is making
Yeah,
Darth Jar Jar official.
like
Um,
we could say they could say that Jar Jar is the one that like corrupted like Ben Solo's mind as a
yeah,
child, training
yeah,
Luke
yeah, yeah,
Skywalker. They're gonna retcon everything. He was impersonating Palpatine. All that.
he was controlling Qui-Gon Jinn through the whole prequel trilogy. That was all a master plan, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
He was pulling all the
Exactly.
strings. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't know. I think this Hunt for Ben Solo story is a tragedy, honestly, especially because everything was pretty much ready to go
There.
for production. The script was there. From what I read, the crew was
The
ready. The
actor was
cast,
attached. Yeah. The
exactly.
director.
Everybody was
Everything.
ready, pretty much to go, and the only person who didn't want it was baby Bob Iger, because he doesn't know what he's doing anymore. I don't remember if he's still the CEO or not. I don't really care. Um, but yeah, he just doesn't. I don't know. It is a tragedy. What are you gonna do? Just put it on the pile. Put it on the pile with Batwoman and Coyote versus Acme, which thankfully is being saved from that pile. Just put it on the
Well,
pile of things that never got made.
they're
Or I guess
they're
yeah.
yeah,
It's
very
different.
different because those two got made and were ready for release
True,
and
true,
just
true,
got
true.
canned. This one
Well,
was just a script.
just put it on the pile of things that had potential and never got to see the light of day because of greedy executive
Studio execs. Yeah,
corporatism.
exactly.
It's just sad. It's a tragedy,
Um,
and I also like Ben Solo, mind you. And Adam
yeah,
Driver as
he
well. He's
was
one of my
the best.
favorite modern
Yeah, he was the
actors.
best part of that. Yeah,
Absolutely, he's one of my favorite modern actors.
he's
I would have
great.
absolutely loved to see a whole Star Wars movie with him as the focus, but tis be,
Totally,
I guess.
totally.
Tis be.
Yeah. So the only other things I want to mention for what's poppin' is that it was announced that Coleman Domingo is going to be voicing the Cowardly Lion
Oh
in
yeah.
Wicked for Good.
Hmm.
And then also, this is not really anything crazy, but this is just something I found pretty funny, like pretty cool, is that
Hmm.
they announced a spin-off of the Nickelodeon show Victorious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's titled Hollywood Arts, and it's about the main character's sister, Trina.
Hmm.
She's gonna be the main character of this
Cool.
show. So I just think it's pretty cool because I like Victorious a lot growing up.
Really, I wouldn't have struck you as a.
Yeah,
I feel like you would have been more of an iCarly kid.
I liked both.
That's fair. That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Victorious. Sure, why not? It was definitely. I wasn't honestly a big fan of the live action Nick shows. I mainly just went on Nick to watch SpongeBob, but I think it's cool that this thing is existing or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. For
I
sure.
actually do have one more story for what's poppin'. It was recently announced that the creator of The Sopranos, David Chase, he's actually making a new show with HBO
Oh,
based,
I did hear about this. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
based on the MK Ultra story files history,
That's really
and
cool.
yeah, I'm very, very, very excited for that. I think that could be very neat, and I'm just excited to see David Chase do something new because I think the only thing he's done ever since The Sopranos has ended is the Sopranos movie, which I have never seen, but I heard wasn't very good. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the only thing he's done since. I'm just checking to make sure that's real. And I'm just excited to see not just like this story because I think MK Ultra itself is like somewhat interesting as a story, but it's also a new setting for somewhat of a new setting for David Chase, and not being a gangster
Hmm.
thing or anything like that. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be neat.
Yeah. And speaking of Stranger Things, MK Ultra is what like Stranger
Oh
Things is kind of
yeah,
based on.
oh yeah, something
So
like
I just
that.
think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that brings us to the end of what's poppin' and into what we watched. I'll start off what we watched. One big thing that I want to mention this week that I watched was Gen V season 2 has
Oh.
wrapped. The finale dropped on Wednesday, and I have to say this was a great season of television. I
Mm-hmm.
think that the boys' TV universe continues to prove to be something really special, and it somehow got me even more excited for season 5. There was some cool cameos at the end, which I'm not going to spoil. There was big advancements in the plot, and it directly ties into season five. So
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know if they're gonna have it that you're gonna need to watch Gen V to understand it, but you will be seeing the characters. As what seems, they're gonna have pretty large roles, substantial roles in the story of season five. So I'm very excited. I hope we do get a renewal on this show. Obviously, that's pending how season five ends, how The Boys is gonna end, but they could definitely keep going with Gen V. I love the cast of characters. I love the world, because even though it's set in the same universe of The Boys, it's a very different show. Um, and I love it for that. And I don't know if I would say it's better than season one, but I would say it's definitely on par with season one. It's just Gen V is shaping out to be a very good, one of the best spin-offs I would say I've ever seen. Um,
Okay, cool.
Nick,
I
yeah.
I started watching Gen V season 2 this week actually. I haven't finished it. And to be honest, I don't think I will. I thought it was
How far in did you get?
I got pretty far. I got I want to say maybe 4 or 5 episodes in. Um
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, nothing against the show, honestly. I just don't think it's, I guess, for me. I think a lot of what I like about The Boys is the political nature of it, and also the like the business nature of it, just like what it
Mm-hmm.
is like managing a business with superheroes, and what that means for like the world that the superheroes live in. um and yeah, something about just Gen V does not really capture me. I don't I like the characters sometimes. Other
Mm-hmm.
times I feel like they're just kind of teenage and or young adult archetypes. Um, Sometimes it kind of varies, but for the most part, yeah, I don't know. I'm more excited for The Boys season 5 just because, like, yeah, like I said, the business slash corporate slash politic of it all is more interesting to me than the actual, I want to say, maybe like interpersonal dynamics of what these superheroes of what they do like in their lives, which is interesting to me
Yeah,
because that's also kind of what I care about a lot of times in stories with superheroes, is those personal moments. But I don't know, just Gen V just didn't capture me like that. But I'm glad you liked it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is something that you watched this week?
Uh, I watched a lot this week. Honestly, I watched something I did watch Chainsaw Man. I liked it a lot. I have never seen the anime, never read the manga. Um, I went in completely blind without knowing anything other than like basic memes and just like story plot details that I've heard like just being on the internet. Um, but I liked it. I liked Chainsaw Man. I liked the action of it. The art in the animation was absolutely gorgeous, especially on those fight scenes towards the end. Moreover, and yeah, I don't know. I thought it was great. I think more people should watch it, and I'm very glad that it is the number one successful movie of this weekend, just because
Mm-hmm.
it just keeps pushing that idea that anime is successful here. Anime and just general adult animation, because I think it is rated R. Adult animation has a space in American cinema. I'm very glad about that. I would recommend Chainsaw Man to most anybody if you like funny action movies. That's pretty much it.
Do
That's a
you have
just
to
good
have
recommend.
seen do you have to have seen the anime to understand it?
No, I mean honestly, I like okay. So I had a few like I guess like blind spots of understanding things in the movie. Like I didn't understand why certain characters, like okay, so there's like one boss character. She's like a demon,
Mm-hmm.
and then she like controls the other characters, including our main character Denji. Not controls in like a I'm controlling your brain way, but more like a boss, and then she's like they're her employees, and I didn't really understand that like dynamic. Uh, like why are they in like some sort of corporation or whatever like that? To my understanding, they're just like demon hunters, and then they fight demons, but they are also demons. Um,
Hmm.
it's like little intricate stuff like that, which I didn't really understand. Um, but it didn't really matter. No, you don't have to watch the show to understand this movie. At the end of the day, it's about Denji, um, Denji, the main character, being in I guess in love with two girls and just having to I guess go through the ringer of what that means. And it's
Hmm.
funny. It's funny. I just enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you watch anything else this week, Alon?
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention is I kind of watched this earlier in this week. One of last week's releases, Good Fortune, starring Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen, and Keanu Reeves, and it was a fine movie. Nothing special. If you like Keanu Reeves, just kind of being himself, and just if you like his vibe, then it's definitely worth a watch. I just found the the director, writer, and main actor of this movie to be incredibly annoying. His voice just incredibly hard to tolerate while watching the movie, and his line delivery is just everything is so loud and squeaky and like, what am I gonna do? And it was just so annoying, and every time he was on screen, it was kind of hard and annoying to deal with. But there were some good Seth Rogen moments. Got a great, classic Seth Rogen laugh in there, and it was a sweet story. It was definitely fine. If you see it on Netflix at some point, put it on. But I wouldn't say it's worth a watch in the movie theaters. Um, Mainly because of the main actor. He was fucking hard to watch. Um,
That's
I also
sad.
watched.
That's sorry.
Sorry,
What
what
were
were
you
you
saying?
saying?
No, I was just gonna say that's really sad. Just because I know Aziz Ansari. He made this one show on Netflix like years ago called Master of None, which I really liked. Um,
Was
but
he in
then
it?
yes, he was in it. He's actually the main character in it, and
Oh, so he just fucking does that. He just casts himself. Wow,
pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And
what a what a
I don't
loser.
know if it was just like I watched this show years ago, so uh I guess I didn't have like the same palette or whatever. But I thought it was good. I thought he was good in it. Didn't wasn't as annoying, but he definitely had his moments. Um and then like he had like some allegations come out about him about
I did hear about that. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna even talk about it because I have no idea. And I think the show got canceled after that. So I was like curious as to like what would happen, what would he do or whatever. And so I saw this movie and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess this is what it is." But none of the trailers interested me. He does sound annoying a lot in the movie or at least in the trailers for the movie. And I just
Does he always talk like that? Is
yes,
that
he
how he is
pretty
in the
much.
other
I
shows?
mean, in the it's been years since I watched the show, so I don't entirely remember. He's a lot more human in the show, I feel,
Uh huh.
than what I saw from the trailers. Um, also just think like he has this like bad kind of. You kind of get like a bad taste in your mouth whenever you think about Aziz Ansari because of the allegations and everything. So I just,
Hmm.
I, at least for me, I just kind of lost interest in anything and everything that he's doing, and especially with this movie, Good Fortune, it wasn't interesting. He didn't look interesting. None of it looked funny, and I'm not surprised that the movie was buns.
Yeah. I did watch one other movie this week that I want
Mm-hmm.
to mention, which was Regretting You,
Mm.
the Colleen Hoover book adaptation with Mason Thames, McKenna Grace, Dave Franco, and I cannot for the life of me remember the fourth one. I the movie was terrible. However, I would watch 100 more of these movies. I'm a
Oh my
sucker for these type of movies. Um, I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie and say I
Really?
didn't. It was, yeah, it was stupid, but it was emotional. I like Mason Thames a lot. I like McKenna Grace. I love Dave Franco. I'm not too crazy on the other girl. She's like the mom in the Megan movies.
Sure.
Um, it was a good time at the movies. I was not bored. And it was, a genuinely, I guess, I don't know what word I would use. Intriguing. I guess it was an intriguing story,
Can you give me
and
a plot summary just real quickly?
yeah. So pretty much, there's these high school friends, two couples. It's like this guy, his wife, and then his wife's sister, and then the guy's best friend. Those are the two couples. One has like a 17-year-old kid, which is McKenna Grace's character, and then one just has like a newborn baby. Turns out, I don't think this is a spoiler because it's in the trailer. What's it called? One of the guys, and then the other guy's wife die in a car crash. It's revealed that they were having an affair, and then it's just kind of about the repercussions of that, and then also just about McKenna Grace falling in love, and then the two, uh, like widows also fall in love. It's it's cheesy, campy, exactly what you would think from this type of movie. But I liked it a lot more than I liked It Ends with Us last year.
That's okay. Bro, you know what you need to get into? I feel like you need to get into Lifetime movies.
Bro, I would probably love those. I would eat those up.
You know what? They have their audience, dog. Like they're there for a reason. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm. It looked cheesy. Was it? Wait, question. Was
You
it?
sound speechless.
No, 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 no. I mean, question. Was it like sponsored by AMC, like the movie theater company?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I would say sponsored, but there's a definitely like some scenes take place inside. Like Mason Thames' character works in an AMC
Okay.
um, in the movie, so um, some scenes are definitely shot in the AMC, and then he's wearing the AMC shirt. So it's definitely a big ad placement for AMC,
I
which
see.
is
I
funny because
see.
I watched it in a Regal.
Counter programming, bro. No, but yeah, I just remember seeing it just because like I watched the trailer, and then in the trailer they have this like 1-2 shot with Mason Thames and McKenna Grace, and then right behind them is the giant like AMC poster of like "We make movies better" or something like that, and it's like, and I was like, bro, what the hell? And it was like so clear in the frame, and I was like, what the fuck is this product placement, bro? Like we're already at the movies, you don't have to sell me more. Um,
That's really funny. That's
yeah,
really
but
funny.
I mean, yeah, it looked fun. It looked like a fun kind of, I guess, Colleen Hoover type movie. I think the point of those movies is just kind of like get like a good emotional story out of it, just whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it looked fun.
much.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I hate to admit that I liked it.
Nah, guilty pleasure. What can I say? And it was also good.
Yeah, for sure. And then obviously I would have added the Bruce Springsteen movie to this list had I finished the movie, but
Oh yeah,
it was not it.
yeah. What
So Nick,
I wasn't even
what
disappointed
else
by it,
did you
but
watch?
genuinely, I don't know how I could be not disappointed by something I had no expectations for. The Bruce Springsteen movie.
That is true.
But yeah, I don't. Other than the Bruce Springsteen movie, I guess I'll mention this. I watched. I'll put them in like a 2-pack. I watched Frankenstein, the original from 1931, and then Creature from the Black Lagoon from 1954. Both old black and
Awesome.
white. Sorry.
I said awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was honestly really fun. Frankenstein was a lot of fun. Really beautiful cinematography. Um, it's kind of weird to like talk about these movies, uh, knowing or having the I guess historical context of it, and also like being so I guess like spoiled with what new movies are and what new movies can give you. So it's kind of weird thinking about these or like trying to I guess critically think about these movies, being like, oh well, that actor wasn't
Hmm.
great, or this, that, and the other, because they had like different um they had different like ideas of what was good and bad back then. Um, but overall, I think both of these movies, both Frankenstein and Creature from the Black Lagoon, hold up significantly better than most of the older movies that I have seen. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think Creature from the Black Lagoon especially just stood out to me, um, because I watched it in 3D. Wink, wink. But but yeah, I think they both hold up pretty well. And they're also pretty short. Frankenstein is 1 hour 10, and I think Creature from the Black Lagoon is 1 hour 20. So pretty in and out.
Hmm.
You don't really have to worry about them, and you enjoy seeing the origin of these classic movie monsters. I sure as hell did. Seeing what things are maintained with the character, and also seeing what things are kind of like left behind. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a nice time. It's a nice time. It's always nice
Awesome.
to watch old movies with a super big screen and see everything that the as it was
Yeah.
intended.
Definitely. Definitely. Is there anything else that you want to mention for what you watched this week?
That's it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, okay. So let's move into our main feature, where this week we'll be reviewing Shelby Oaks. Let me quickly get you a quick summary off the internet. Spoiler free, of course. A woman's search for her long lost sister becomes an obsession when she realizes a demon from their childhood may have been real, not imaginary. So, just to give some context before we get into the review, this movie was directed by Chris Stuckman, who was a YouTuber who did like movie reviews, and I watched him a lot growing up. Did you watch
Same.
him at all, Nick?
I
Yeah,
am very aware with Chris Stuckman. I watched him a lot as a
yeah.
kid.
I haven't seen much of his stuff in the recent years, but I watched a lot of him growing up. And so I heard that this movie was coming out a while ago, and I was have been excited for it ever since. I did not know it was dropping so soon, let alone this year. Until literally last week when Nick mentioned that we should do it for this week's review. So I was in for a really good surprise for that. With that being said, Nick, what did you think about Shelby Oaks?
I I feel bad picking on this movie. Um, cause I didn't hate it. I liked it. I didn't love it, and I feel like one of the reasons that I am being so I guess nice towards it is because I want to see more of this. I want to see more YouTubers and or movie critics that I have watched in my childhood. I want to see them make more movies. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just because like I know a lot of times like movie studios, movie companies, they don't take YouTube as experience. They're like YouTube, that's just some kiddie shit. Who gives a fuck? When I
That's
feel
just
like
yeah,
no,
that's just an online website.
exactly, and that saddens me. Because this is genuine art, like what's on YouTube, and it can be translated to a cinematic medium. I'm very happy that the Talk to Me and was it Take Her Back? Is that what those movies were by Denny and Michael
Yeah.
Filippo?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy
Yeah.
that those were very successful because yeah, it's a good sign of these sort of things. Um, and this movie has a lot of potential to be something greater than it is. I just feel like it really misses the mark on getting these making these characters interesting. I think the journey of that they go through is interesting. The mystery of it all is interesting. I just don't give a flying fuck about any one of these people and what's happening. They didn't. I feel like the movie didn't make me care. I feel like the movie needs to
Mm-hmm.
revolve less around the mystery and more around how the mystery is affecting the characters within the story.
Mm-hmm. I see. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what are your thoughts?
So, when I got into the theater, the first 20 minutes are told through a like documentary style kind of giving background, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
into what the movie was. And
Mm-hmm.
for those first 20, 25 minutes, I mean, I was locked in.
Yeah.
I thought we were in for like a really generational horror movie. And unfortunately, I would say after it kind of left that style uh, of filmmaking and went more into the traditional just horror movie, mystery, traditional movie style, it lost a lot of its steam and never
Mm.
quite reached that high again. Um, I will say it was scary as fuck. It's probably maybe the scariest movie I've seen this year, which is was really great. I really needed like a really spooky movie for this Halloween season, and honestly, this is probably the scariest one I've seen. Um, what else? I think it was shot nicely. Some of the shots were really nice,
Mm-hmm.
but I think my biggest issue with the movie is like so many horror movies, the characters, the main character, not even characters because there's no group, it's just the main woman pretty
Yeah.
much, um, just make such terrible decisions
Mm.
and decide to do things in the middle of the night when they're not urgent at all. I mean, I guess you could say they are urgent, but not urgent to where it needs to be done that precise second in the middle of the night. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
just doing things, and uh, when she gets to certain places and she gets guided to certain places and interacting with certain people, and it makes no sense for anyone who wants to survive that type of situation to ever interact, let alone I would just say the biggest fault is that with the main character just making stupid decisions that just I don't think the movie rationalized the plot enough. Um, and yeah, this is a hard one to talk about without getting into spoilers.
Sure.
So I guess we could just talk about just like the movie itself. I think it was scored nice. I think it was edited well. I think it was directed well. Um, I think the only character that didn't really work for me was the husband of the main lady. Um, I don't know if it was his performance or what, but he just was really. I felt really. He was strange. Didn't
Yeah.
really add much, and whenever he was on screen, just something
Mm-hmm.
was off about him. I think it was his performance. I think that's what it was. Um, yeah, I don't know. Nick, do you have anything else to say?
I will say it was pretty scary. I did
Yeah,
like the use of the use of their environment to make fear. I don't want to talk about anything specific until we go into spoilers. But yeah, I thought some moments were pretty scary. And I do really like those first 20 minutes. Shout out Nightmind and Rainbot. Those are real YouTubers that I watched a lot as a kid, and I saw them in the movie, and I was very excited about that.
yeah. He was in it as well. Chris Duckman.
Yeah, yeah,
He
I
made a
saw
cameo as
he made a
well.
his voice made a his voice and his hand made a cameo.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I was just very excited. I was also very excited about those first 20 minutes. And disappointed when it, like you said, when it lost all its steam. Um, it just became an average sort of horror movie after that, and it really sucks too because I feel like there is a way to make those first 20 minutes the whole movie and also have it like
There
fit
definitely is. There
fit
definitely
within
is,
these like
and
horror conventions as well.
yeah, and that's what I was expecting, honestly. And
Mm-hmm.
so when it switched to normal, I was really sad.
Yeah,
I was really sad.
I get it. It felt honestly like in all the normal moments, it felt like a video game. There's one moment in particular.
Really. What do
Yeah,
you mean by it felt like a video game?
it felt like we were just following a character kind of like noticing things and making kind of like observations about things without saying anything. It like and I want
Yeah,
to I'll talk
I
about it.
see
I'll talk
that. I definitely see that.
I there's a specific scene in which I really felt it. I am pretty much done with non-spoiler thoughts, are you?
Yeah, pretty much.
All
So
right.
let's. Okay, this is your spoiler warning. We're moving into spoilery thoughts. If you haven't seen the movie and you plan to, now's a good time for you to click off. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the scene when she was exploring the prison, where Mia was exploring the prison, um that one was like, this feels like Silent Hill, this feels like Resident Evil, and I could see like the inspirations for that. Um and I just feel like it'd be a lot more interesting if I was Mia, if I was like actually going myself through this abandoned prison and seeing all these like marks and getting all these clues and the environmental storytelling, because I do think the environmental storytelling of this movie is very good as well, the way that they use their set to kind of like demonstrate, I guess, the rot of the villain, or yeah, the villain character kind of.
Yeah, the
um
the demon.
yeah, the demon character. So it was like that scene where I was like, oh, it'd be cool to like actually like play this and like see all these little details and like kind of connect the dots yourself. But as a viewer, kind of like watching somebody else do all of this, I'm just like, can we pick up the pace and, you know, go on to the next thing? Because I feel like the pace of this movie is incredibly way too slow and these characters are too inactive when things are actually happening.
Hmm.
There's this also the scene at the very end when um when they're confronting, when Riley and Mia are finally together, and then they see the baby with the old lady who's like dripping blood on the baby or whatever. um I'm just like, bro, like attack her, do something to the old lady, do something. But they just stand there
Do
and sit, and I,
anything. Yeah.
yeah, they don't do anything. And I get why Riley doesn't do anything. She's like chokeholded by the demon or whatever. But the Mia, she's just watching it all. And then the worst thing about it is they see this baby getting a full on demonic baptism, and and they think, what would be great? Let's bring this thing into our home, or let's.
Yeah.
That kills me. That kills
Bef-
me.
before we get to discussing the ending,
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
want to circle back to the prison scene. That's the main one where it's like, why are you going in the middle of the fucking night? Why are you going alone? What do you think is gonna happen? You're not taking a camera to get any evidence. You're just going. What do
Yeah.
you think you're gonna like? It just made no sense. They saw on a video of her sister being that same location, and how it was very clearly haunted. What do you think you're gonna get by going there alone?
No,
Um,
for real. Like,
and then on the wall they have the initials of Mia and then Riley M&R, and it's just like, I feel like she barely even responds to that. I feel like the main character wasn't written well.
mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that is the worst part of the movie, is because we spend so much of the movie, pretty much she is the main character. I mean, she definitely is the main character. She is pretty much the only character that we spend the time with in the movie. I mean, we get here and then the husband. He has like 2 minutes of screen time. We see Riley through a lot of videos. We don't really spend time with Riley until the really end, when she's like a husk of her former self when she gets rescued. I just think, if the main character, if Mia was written in a more interesting and
If she had a personality, because she doesn't.
I guess, yeah, definitely a personality, but in a more sensical way, it
Mm-hmm.
would have made the movie better. And maybe keeping it in that original documentary style wouldn't have fixed up this problem, but it
Mm-hmm.
definitely would have helped, because we would have we wouldn't just be stuck in the room with her while she's discovering whatever she's discovering. We would have the whole documentary aspect to it, but that's not what we ended up getting. So it is a little frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's really what kills me about this movie is the lack of overall personality. Um, I think that's why we like those first 20 minutes so much, is because like that's something, that's difference. That's. Yeah, I don't know. There's something there, but then after that, it just becomes very bland, very boring, very kind of like what you'd expect, run of the mill horror movie. even the cult aspect of it all, which isn't elaborated much, they don't really need to. Um, but even that, I'm like, I've seen that before. I've seen all of this
Yeah,
before. Nothing about it is really speaking to me, other than those first 20 minutes. Yeah, nothing, but nothing else was just kind of, there was nothing else there, and I really feel like the movie ended where it should have started. Like
yeah. It ended out of nowhere. I thought there was going to be another 30 to 45 minutes left in the movie,
yeah, uh huh.
and then the screen went black. I was like, okay, we're about to cut to maybe a few years later, maybe the next day, something. No, it's just credits. I was like, oh, like that's it. Like it's over.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
I sorry.
it was disappointing. Sorry, I just want to say it was disappointing. Because I think the movie could have been really cool. Because like I said, I think it was really scary. I think the premise is really cool. Like it's kind of found footage. It's kind of documentary with that starting bit. Um, and I don't know. I think if he fleshed out the story just a little bit more, and it is his first movie, so obviously he's gonna improve with his next one. So I'm curious to see where he's gonna go, and I hope he learned a lot from this one, so
Mm-hmm.
that the next one will be much better.
Yeah, I mean that's the only like I guess saving grace about it is the actual like horror like fear aspects of it. I thought the glass cracking was very neat. Um,
Yeah,
that was a very solid way to deliver fear, and some of the plays with reflections, like I remember when the TV turns off and then it's like the reflection of the TV is like has the guy in the mirror, yeah, the window, the demon in the window or
yeah.
whatever. I was like, oh, that's scary, that's spooky. Ooh, um, I was
It's
like, those,
spooky as shit.
it's spooky as
It's
shit.
spooky
Yeah,
as shit.
it's like actually, I think these are very interesting ways to deliver horror and fear and all of that. Um, I do hope he keeps making movies. You know, he has potential to do something. I just feel like he should maybe like team up with a writer, like a different writer, like a I don't know, somebody who knows how to
I
make
agree.
characters or stories more feel more in depth. Um, yeah, I was very disappointed, but at least people seem to like it, and like just generally I've seen like a lot of 3.5s, threes in theirs, and I'm just glad
Yeah,
that it is getting a positive reception in general, even if I
yeah. I
didn't like
think it's definitely a solid starting point for his career,
it. Mm-hmm.
and it was an interesting um like film, and I think if he takes what he, like I said, if he takes what he learned from this movie and applies it and fixes the problems and makes a more interesting character, fleshes out the story of his next one, it could be really, really good.
Yeah, let's just hope so.
hmm Yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Cool. So, before we end this episode, let's quickly give a quick mention to what we're plan to watch in this coming week. Um, I personally, one thing I kind of intended to watch it before this episode started, but I didn't get to, is the first episode of the It Welcome to Derry
Oh
HBO Max
yes.
original.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I
Just
will be
dropped,
watching that as well.
and yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I had this Halloween season, I watched the first It movie for the
Mm-hmm.
first time, and I rewatched It Chapter Two, um, and so I'm freshly caught up on all the lore. I'm ready to get into the back into the Dairy universe with the show, and apparently the first episode was really good, and I'm really excited for that, especially now that Peacemaker and Gen V is over, to have a new show to kind of follow week to week.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Does
what
Andy
else do I plan to
Muschietti
watch this?
have the sauce after Flash? Let's find out.
Well, okay. I think he had the sauce in it. I just think the Flash was not his project because I mean both it Chapter Two have some really well directed sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's like a
Um,
specific. scene in it. I think it's like one of the scarier scenes. It's when like a kid walks into like this a room. It's in the first movie, and then like the clown comes out of like a coffin or a box, and he's like really rushing towards the camera with his like head going like side by side really quickly. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 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 I remember.
I remember that scene very being very really shot really well.
Yeah, so I'm excited to start the show, and I know they're dropping the second episode instead of it being on Sunday. They're dropping it on Friday on Halloween, so that's pretty
Cool.
cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. What do you plan to watch this week?
Honestly, I don't have a lot on the docket. I think. Oh, I do really want to watch The Mastermind by Kelly Reichardt. I think I talked about it last week a little bit. Yeah, it's just still on my list of things that I want to see, and that is honestly pretty much it. I do also want to watch Welcome to Derry. I've heard good things. I'll see if I get around to that, and yeah, that's it.
Nice. So with that being said, that's it for episode 11 of Popcorn Problems. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and if you made it this far, you are the real MVP. We'll be back next week breaking down the new Yorgos Lanthimos film Begonia. In the meantime, hit us up on socials at Popcorn Problems Pod and let us know what you thought of Shelby Oaks. Don't forget to follow, rate us 5 stars on whatever platform you're using, and DM us your hottest takes and suggestions. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Have a good one.